make to production repetitive manufacturing. So purpose, repetitive manufacturing is commonly used when a production process meets the following criteria. The same or similar products are produced over an extended period. Products are not manufactured in individually defined law. Instead, a total quantity is produced over a specific period of a certain rate. Item always follows the same sequence through the machine and works entering production, and routings tend to be simple and don't vary significantly. This video begins with plain independent requirements which are used to perform demand management function. MRP generates plain order for the material to be produced. By using the planning table, the production of material and capacity on the production line can be planned. Confirming repetitive manufacturing triggers multiple activities such as finished product goods receipt, back flushing of component material, posting cost to cost collector, and creating material and journal entry. In repetitive manufacturing, the master plan is represented by the planning table, which is a tool for operative planning and is used to plan production quantity. In a repetitive manufacturing environment, planning and control are usually performed on a period and quantity basis. The planning table's layout has been designed to support this requirement, and it's also based on period to provide a clear, easy to interpret overview of material and production line. The planning table is a production planner or MAP controller most important tool for planning production quantity. At a glance, they can check production quantities, monitor the available capacity of the production line, and check the availability of the products produced on each line. Production quantity can be directly entered and changed in the planning table. The planning table can be used for planning with plan order and production order. The only prerequisite is that a valid production version must be created in the material master record. So, are you ready to start? Yes, I think so. So, we start with create production cost collector. So the product cost collector might already be created in connection with other scope item, because we are in SAP S/4HANA public cloud and we are engaged with the SAP Activate. So I'm talking scope item when I say process. So for that, we used create product cost collector. So for that, I call product cost collector production version collected. On the create multiple product cost collector for production version screen. Make the following entries: your plant, your material, the order type, and only repetitive manufacturing material select, and then run. Okay? So let's start. So plant, we use the plant 1010. The material we use SG21. Okay, and order type, product cost collector, and then only yes. And I click on execute. So okay, select production version 1. Okay. And I save. Okay, two information messages. Product cost collector created with orders. 70060 in production process. 111 set 976. Okay, good. So right now, create preliminary cost for the product cost collector. We use create preliminary cost estimate. Create preliminary cost estimate, product cost select. Okay, because day to day, plant. Okay, and we use and production process. Perhaps I will check which one for material SG21. Okay, I select and execute. One production cost collector costed, no error. So perfect. Good. So let's start. The overview table. We maintain, create plain independent requirement, then execute MRP, then adjust planning in planning table, then check range of scope of stock coverage, material staging, confirm repetitive manufacturing, inclusive backflush of materials, post-processing of error records, and review manufacturing object page. So right now, create plain independent requirement. For that, you know exactly what we have to do. Maintain, open, maintain PIRs. Maintain PIRs. Okay. The maintain PIRs screen display. If you have any doubt about my area of responsibility, that's the most important in this case, you need to assign, it is like you say, okay. So to be sure, I select all the line and I click on assign. Okay. A or R for area of responsibility. So I go back and yes, no, this time select Alt. We do it for plan 1010 and for my serial SG21. And we are in monthly, weekly, and I click on go. I select and I will set edit because something has been created. So you enter version active. That is really important. Yes. So 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. You can continue like this. And I save. Material requirement planning right now. We have two options. We can use the application schedule MRP run, or you can use, I show you, when you that is individual, very simple, coverage, material, monitor material coverage, individual, net individual segment. To execute an individual, but you can also use the application schedule MRP runs as you want. SG21, go. If I would like to know what are the characteristics of the MRP, I select then and app settings, and I check MRP run parameters, and I select the information, all material, change born, I tick everything, and I save setting. But I can also choose adapt or delete and reoccurring. Save settings. Okay. I select my line and I start MRP run. See that is the material is configured for repetitive manufacturing. So, okay, manage material. I just want to display. So we have individual requirements, and I open start pay requirement list. So you see all the plain order. So okay, I go back MRP. Okay, order requirement. I see the detail with my plain order. Okay. Then process steps show you how to plan the production of material on the production line. That I open manage repetitive manufacturing. That is exactly the same application that MF50. Manage repetitive manufacturing. On the planning table initial screen, make the following entries: your plant and the material, and choose execute. Okay, intent and production line. I can select by SG21 and then execute. The planning table from repetitive manufacturing change mode screen display. In the material data section, change any plain quantity in the raw winding. If you want to change the period in the planning table, choose menu, view, period, week. Okay? So I keep like this. Okay? I didn't change anything. I just take your time to display the information. And I save. Result. Material production is plain on production line and the plain orders are fixed. When there are quantity change, log on to Fiori Launchpad as a product planner. Access the monitor material coverage app and review the plain order number. Right now, check range of stock coverage. Call the application monitor material coverage net individual segment. Yeah. Material net coverage net individual segment. And this time we select the material, the component of the material HG21. We choose the material RM12. So I add this RM12. Okay. So we display the information about RM12. So I go in manage material to display the information. Okay, and I display the dependent requirement generated by the article HG21. And I've got, here we are, purchase requisition, dependent purchase requisition. So we have the information about the component and the dependency of the production process in the main material. Right now, material staging. So as I don't have any stock, just for this test, I will increase the stock of the material. For example, okay, I do it, manage stock for material RM12, okay, instead of to generate, okay. raw material store or storage. I will put in the both, say 100. Okay, I post. And I post in both. Okay. Post. Okay. I go back. Recent activities. Manage material coverage. I am in the AM. And I start MFP again. Okay. Perhaps it's not enough. Stock. And 500. Okay, I go recent activities. I go back in material coverage. I'll start MFP again. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So material staging right now. This process steps show you how to stage material for production in case there is sufficient stock available on the production storage location 101B, no line item are generated. If you want to print the pulse list, please also execute relevant step and check printing result. So let's start. Stage material for production. That is equivalent on MF60. So stage for material production. Make the following entries and choose execute. Staging type. Storage location level. That's good. Planned. And then, okay, good. Selection horizon for requirement. Selection horizon for requirement. Failing recurring filing on the later date will not be taken into account in the pull list. So I change it, for example, to sure. Okay. Then plain order. Okay. So SG21, SG21, plain order. Material. Careful. Components, the components. And adapt indicator if necessary about bulk material. It is a component, and the component is M12. And if I want to find my plain order, I just have to check SG21, execute. I suppose this is the last one, 27. For May, I just have to, okay, I select it and I click on execute. Okay, you have also some option. Do you want to read it? Yeah, just to show you. There is global setting. I can ask in dialog, for example, all automatic, but I want to keep post in dialog. I like to work like this, and I click on execute. So like this, all you have the total requirement, quantity stages. If SAP is able to find from the information, okay, issue storage location and repetitive location. So from to, and at the end, you just have to click on save, and automatically the system will generate a stock movement from 101B to 10C. I said a material document created. Okay, a spool request also create without, but something is printed. Okay. Missing material are transferred to the shop floor for the designated storage area. Right now, confirm repetitive manufacturing, inclusive backflush of material. This activity executes multiple activity in a single step, such as finish product good receipt, backflush of component material, and 12, posting of cost to cost collector and creation of material and journal entry. So let's start. Confirm repetitive manufacturing. Confirm repetitive manufacturing. Repetitive manufacturing for RAM. Confirmation. So my plant, okay. Materials, SG21, okay. Details, so in the screen, assembly, backflush, yes. Make to stock system proposed, yes, it's good. Plain order number. So again, you can use match code, and if I remember, that is this one. Okay. When it's done, choose enter, continue, and choose post with correction. So, okay, I select post with correction. Select the production version if prompted. So my production version, I've got my material, I've got the consumption. Okay, choose post. Okay, good receipt and good issue with document and activity posted. That means I don't have to post-processing of error record. In this case, material movements are missing for previous backflush operation. And in this case, I can use the application reprocess RAM good movement. It's not the Koji. We used in this case reprocess RAM good movement. So I can make a test. I just have it just posting date. For example, I just want to be sure if I check in the past, there is something. Okay, for example, yeah, there are some information about run, posting in date, and if I want to, okay, I go back, execute, I select, I can post-process selected record, and I click on post. Okay, 8 messages, and I see error message, and analyze the error message, and I post. Okay, review manufacturing object pages. So it is very simple, as you can see, to execute repetitive manufacturing. So if I summarize, initializing material stock only when you are demo. So create product cost collector, create preliminary cost for the product cost collector, you plain independent requirement or sales order or anything else. You execute the MFP. You can adjust the planning in planning table. You so when you have some requirement, for example, some purchase requisition, you convert to purchase order and you the receipt, and then you do the material staging. After that, you confirm repetitive manufacturing inclusive backflush of material. If you have any error, post-processing of error record, and that's all. Okay, thank you so much, and see you later for a next video.